Chebia, yeah, call studio. All right. No, do. Hello. Okay. Say you better saw video way. Na fe ye ba na yaka ho asem kakra. Tino. Mo share saw video way. All right. Okay. War VitalGHRadio Sunday night program ayane, you know. And then program is about video now mo share, you know. Yeah, students now I'm say way I checked about 2 weeks ago. And students, you know, he be the president attempt ne school for be a year demonstration with schools, you know. Na question aya na me tai ebisa aye me time I was school no. I mean aduane ne ya na ye ka ho asem ze bi aduane e dia man na nye ye mpa aduane no ye ni aduane pa etini ye dede school. But to go that far, say ube the president as term no, me anhwe ade bi o. Paako, ade ba ko mahu a me feel say so bad ni nyina ne say our politicians no and yes our type of normal no. Ode obo politician bi na the true maybe or NDC and MPP no but TV so na ntem didie be didi nkrofo atem left and right. And ye also on ye wa ye wo papa no ma me ne chese wabusuafo nyina ye won nyina afra. Inti Sunday na ye wo Ghana no. I mean, is it helping or what is going on in the country no? Because me trust here me timi who why ntia akoba no sa aba no sa ntino why do we I mean say how do they allow these things not to go on na fe no I be no maybe wo ha onti ase ntino ubi a wutie ye wo Facebook or friends saying YouTube ana yibia no ubetimi a commenti ubetimi actually wadwen kakra ewo so share na ye didi hu nkomo kakra because too bad say enoma say no ekoso wo yen krom my Ghana mu ntino se wutie a ubetimi aba na woni yen edi ho nkomo nti se wo hwe yen a so person join yen ye link no e wo yen WhatsApp page ne so nti no ubetimi a join yen mekasa kakra konto say ye panel no una won betimi abe join in kakra ya can be about Saturday we say young politicians no they talk about normal we say all the time on ways so on platforms so me hu say obia ba waka say ade we say there say ye jai eye because atemdidie no don't too much nti akwara bia wono ewo efie na wo ye obetimi abeka the same thing because otie sa normal we say nyina wo radio so nti no ebede na sa normal we say nyina so enkoso first I'm say asofo no so eka ho bi asofo bi wo ha obi wetu no didi obi atem chese no ma ekoso wo man Ghana no no wo trans wonti ase se aden na eba no sa wo de wo adwen aden na eba no sa if you say instead of say you be believe on normal bi no you believe asofo no more than normal bi say asofo betimi aka kire o say you say na also e believe me hwe videos bi o ha asofo bi di nkrofo bi atem ewo a friend sense so radio so say mo di na atem keke wonti ase nti ebeden na sa no ma we say no nyina so no ebejaye so yeka but it seems as if say twen say wo fie na ɔpanin wɔ fie na ɔpanin no wodeɛ deɛ woyɛ no sɛ wodidi nkwadaa atɛm wodi nkwadaa atɛm a da koro akwadaa no yɛ dɛn wobɛdidi w'atɛm bi enti bɔ mmɔden ara sɛ ɛsɛ yɛn ankasa mu mpanimfoɔ no yɛyɛ na yɛgyae saa nneɛma a yɛyɛ no because ɛmboa yɛn koraa ɛfiri sɛ the more na we are doing all these things no ɛha yɛn but yɛnim what to say so nneɛma bi wɔ ha a yɛyɛ a it seems as if sɛ mpanimfoɔ no ɛnhwɛ adeɛ no a wɔn yɛ no yie na mmom no they just do whatever they think say ɛbɛyɛ better for ɔman no but sɛ wotie a adeɛ a yɛyɛ no nɛ no ɛyɛ video no wohwɛ no for earlier time no sɛ yɛnya gm wɔ line no so gm so wɔ so nti no gm sɛ to camera no wie na yɛni nkɔmmɔ kakra nsa na yɛbɛte watan no upside down wo face no akyea wayɛ sɛ now tre no yɛne straight wo face no akyea right there no okay sɛ sɛ a ɛyɛ yie kakra wote kasa no yie gm wote me voice sɛ wote me voice a agya wo nsa ma mehwɛ yeah okay all right say meteo nka okay wobɛtumi akyerɛ yɛn deɛ ɛkɔ so wɔ ɔman no mu kakra na afei mabisa wo nneɛma bi metie
okay Pacho, so wotimi nka deɛ mema obi biara akwaba ɛba VitalGHRadio
o voice ne nkɔ soro kakra why
so wobisa okay Pacho
nkɔ soro yeah say deɛ
okay so wobisa deɛ ɔman Ghana deɛ biribi abɔkɔ ɛwɔ ha no mu bɔne bia anim sɛnea ada meka no no woyi yare a ɛte ase ne wɔ wiase afa no nyina firi mu deɛ a ne kyɛ sɛ ɔman Ghana deɛ nnɛ deɛ biribi abɔkɔ bɔne bia nhyɛ da anim mi sɛ na wɔtwe mu deɛ MPP form manifesto a wɔde ba abɔnten no ɛno ho abobo ne deɛ keka ho na amanfoɔ de but woyie no firi mu a sɛsia me ne mu kasa deɛ yareɛ no deɛ mpanimfoɔ no ama ɛte ase sɛ ɛnɛ no wokɔ Ghana Health wɔn website hɔnom a wɔn sɛ 180 ɛno na ɛyɛ new one a abɛka ho dada ɛwɔ hɔ ho nti yɛanya yare no nyinaa yɛ 43,505 43,505 ɛna ɛyɛ yare a ɛwɔ hɔ ɛna mu 41,532 ɛyɛ nipa a wɔn ho atɔ wɔn korakora a yɛagya wɔn ama wɔn kɔ fie 41,532 ɛna nipa 261 ɛna ɛyɛ nipa a wɔn afrɛ mu so far nipa 261 ɛna ɛyɛ deɛ wɔn afrɛ mu ɛna afei nipa 1,712 ɛna ɛyɛ nipa a so far ɛwɔ hɔ a yɛbɛfa no sɛ yare no wɔ wɔn so a wɔn ho nya ntɔ wɔn mfa wɔn nkɔ fie nti sɛ woyi nipa 43,505, we 41,532, now we 261 Freeman. Nature say you see a cut down 712, and the waha ebia ebehwe so almost over omuho ebetomo. Nti we Freeman oba my Ghana dia about to host some say we ni man first we wo mo na we dey so we wo mo no eno pe na ya nsam nketenkete a ekoso na afi boni bia eni eche ti se mu bisa ya na dia ekoso for mind Ghana eno no.
Oh. Okay. Yeah, so the Koso Kasa. Right. Yeah. James Koso Yetie.
And say na me kana mama chichi mu wi nti bi wo san bisa ya na for bisa.
We encro one to me, also one to me and log in, you know. Me Sunday, aquacoma, or nafi, yehu, nayat was of Mentino. Now, who hear video, no, video that me playing earlier, no.
I mean picture there be.
Okay, video no is about boys now. One a friend is saying, me kind of simple. One could be president at no. Say, okay, say students be could be the president no at yeah. Now, which is na enye kra say the boys no me try some Sunday we see very much gee you know. Okay, let me go back to now. Now me count about boys here. One could ADD president attempt.
Michael Otordo WhatsApp audio.
Yeah. I may program no. Wait to join here. App na me de ba to messenger app na ma see all right. Me ba see na me send it ade ma enkrofo. Okay, James, what do you have to say about
All right, so
boys in the
senior student no
yeah.
penny attend. I'm say me tan kan sem be say yeah nkwaram ye abanyini so latina ya say bia mpe for ansa na ye twabo mo so ye ba do ho amanko abehye sana na asem pe me business no I'm say asem ne ba no former deputy minister Obi Malako no net minister Facebook ne ma mi kan ya mi ko asem na ka say for opposition nti dia emplay kind of so I to di mo pe no da small be say dia we ni na school it's not about semi-culture as a pass but so yes buying so alcohol because buying say a papa and as boy and say yeah mama as a question now we can say now see one because we be a check between me and so up. I was one goes means we are now a coach or up as a frame. Uncle's uncle's yes, papa, works yes, Bonia, and second also school more. And now Abraham cast on you know. Question and now business says so. Food next one, but there's some and now some in past from one or more moving and because I did Zamia and then was a chicken in share a becosi. Oh, yeah, I knew, but it chit from said, I'm from Mobaxphone on the sometimes I want to make a time with you and the smile. Oh, yeah, anything, but I said, did not my and yeah, I was a cordial no. So, me by Ninja no school. Yes, I won't also defending not sure quite. But me, person card you too. One of them see me, one of them see me. One say bio, be share video in a say. Be any and now be any bid. That be a big pain. Eh, dear. Now, the will be your own man. She catch your home and so. Also, go to more. No, quite near. I said, oh, quite near. And so, you and so, be a food. If I could so be a bit because near. Ah, you to them on Coremo, Omran of them. Dear be a more fee. A day yell, and my times double. I want to say, the beer no. Ah, won't meet you. Timmy, I see you too. Say, I might say, so, Nibana, and so in best form, nothing will be best on. Omuja, one say ye. Freeze one now, more brain and almost story. Bet you mount it, you must have any be a casano, and maybe you know. Also, but in Jay, I know any yam to see that you know. Or be
Yo,
Nadia more a
let me say, microphone will be into me and logo in. I'll say I'm still having problems with this.
I think a simple thing to some me.
My children.
Yeah, Lincoln or
Maybe about my same thing.
Try text.
My friend. Maybe keep talking because we're still muting my mic, now my friend will catch them.
All right,
Hello.
And come be fro, come be fro.
I think your friend said computer, and so no, it didn't work for me. I don't know why.
Oh, okay.
I tried.
Right.
But it didn't work for me.
All right. You say now, so nka earlier video na me play na. So mo with me atras agyina ho kakra ma play that video no na fe yaka ho edi ho nkomo kakra. Yes, me hu video no. Think say video no is not going to my year fi ho.
Okay.
That's the video no about video na students be they will say the president attempt no. And no na ye ka ho asem. I don't think I dare we say but I have to move may if you wanna yeah to us because I don't think say said the you know oh okay
Until me sure say until maybe or have me sure say TBS will have a hard time to come in. My friend Momo dear, but necessarily come sending a link, you know.
But well, you know, anchor form kakra because why a short you know so and the top
okay.
No the space where you know super
okay.
So we no said they be who face ni ye yeah eti ade a na ye ka ho asem ni nyina ne say ade a ye ka ho asem ni nyina ne say we de ye kakra
okay
na ye ka ho asem ni nyina ne say ye pese ye ka because ade we say no said ye me hu no it's not going and better because one school for more students James won't make who explanation now okay and say be some people will be a man on the chance need to do those things no but there is one thing that you have to understand they say politicians no the politician be a baswa now there is another politician be for another political party you can see perfectly well say in so we're to the left, we are to the right, we are to the left. It means more cast Ujimi for papa nenti crew those things nina yetio. They say we the worker say be a yibi no be a cast ubin ya no. Utie politicians now. Utie politicians now you say those things no so no. It's coming from them. If politicians no asofo a part of it. Obekwa sorry them na osofo bi ne obi gira so dem ho e dig osof another osofo atem e wo asori dem. It is a small boy or no boy no so no so otisa no ma we say ni nyina osofo we gra didi we atem na minister we cry here we wo FM because they do this all the time. And yet one but all the time. And you know, how do we solve these problems? You know? First of all, from impending for no, they are not doing what is right. They are chasing we already 50, 60 years old. Now we chasing Uba already 9 years old or 25, even 18. They do that. So it is a normal way saying and your NDC and NPP. Here all politicians and for akwara we di 18 years old. Na say oh years I normal we say Emma akwara na. Akwara no ne mama kura no because they say car or dying or all these things no. And you know what do you think say the next person on the other side no so no onye the same thing no so wunya obey. Yesterday na me hwe yi bi wo your friends say YouTube na girl be ono patch say yenche no baby honorable Kennedy Japan if you na opeso kuku no so all these things na yes obi dia shini trim say this is what I want to do asemi kunya minister asemi kuku hwe minister bi asemi hu obi asemi yesi the school na oko no kra enye no na oko or dream be different so what I say or dream be different. This is where now say government and yet government that even the parents let's say you parents will feel not who parents your friend saying kasem actually o akorana esan say akorano wadru baby actually say watra be careful so what I say watra be careful enti maame no kra no ontimi ga because my boyfriend atoka amano o maame no kra wontimi car no kra wonni bi what do you think say akorano so ye so when I can ho asem no it was made no because I was so shocked to say whether it's a politician be normal sigas won koya but akorano don't you know say it be affect you one way or the other. Because school be unless you say we are now politics the other part no abe winning power but say power one may winning power school now obeko no won betumi deny say wo no ye mpɛwo sa school mu ha because we are kwada bone say what I say yeah and I think you saw what the American no
yeah metiasi o na mame kasa kakra ayi make call Ghana web time a case in the buy and me could read kakra about akwala no ne nipasu a oye according to GES for no one professor Amankwabi emeso na Ghana Education Service for ayi and on say February mu no sa akwala ne friends empo kobina Nicholas no or the or headbutt somebody or the niti one of students nibi and no kone da emanisi etuye. That was the first thing it's all yeah. And your friend saying I think said the second one so they said oh yeah bibia say or no so I may say and so or sign GDT bo bi mu na on suspended no. And a third one and the original how okay so the question is ordinity abo ni nyonko student ama ni etu why it twice so just here and only suspended no san by and the question is ye become about parents ye become about the teachers ni won eka ho ni nyina edien pa na woni hu ye say wona hu say abofra no wo problem nka won so won betimi aboa asolve sa problem nana so I don't know and we don't know I don't know all the facts about abofra no but I think say whether say a political you what we don't know all the facts maybe JM you can give us the facts but me who see akwala na trouble or ye hana ebe kan say akwala na is they are always in trouble so and probably he was looking for a negative attention and then he didn't get it so the question in you betimi abase ne maame ne papa no kra no they are not aware of niema or maybe suspension ni gba mu okofie no so ti ase e na ebi a won so mbehu de ekoso a
what the camera no camera you don't see your face
yeah me your phone is sometimes it gives me the hard time
okay
yeah because the computer didn't allow me to use it and then it'll be much easier
okay
so until me first say bibi kakra na ho I say nka want to find it out no they shouldn't it many president I agree say on the money man exams now from here no what is there for him and also from here no say someone making changes if you on education system now they have to do it if we're to be here I think see anka on be man some sort of so a problem child they will go through all the systems. Say, maybe who psychologists, who so many things. Who pass it through. Answer maybe I could do so. And so when you say I say what is there from here? And what are we going to do? Say and happy being, regardless of political. What I mean, I'm not even thinking about the political, or yeah. As a child, as a youth, so urban. Or how many years?
I'm so 19 or something.
Or you're 19. Well,
I'm
or
so
you're 19, yeah.
20.
Okay, he's a man. And I make us probably I don't know. Minimum, I don't know. But senior why near matter so me say ordinity ebo student etimima onya kono obako situ ye obako so moja free ni hwene mu bae. That's what I read on Ghana web. So and I was aye we I think see abofrana or your problem child. So or a youth was sisu or behavior just maybe he's crying for help, and so no see no GES in I reconsider say metro exams in a kufado so I can fine. But from here, what is there? What can they do to make things right? Say next time Emma Beam. Kakra meet me account for now.
Yeah. The American say JM say Utia, this is the question. Say no say metro exams na say pass exams na say he has to move on. Okay, say no school obeko no obenya problems, and I say school no kra no admit no because me ka say na wo Ghana no na ye will be a friend say testimonial. Okay, go for the brace won't to mean linking in.
Very hard to get in. Very hard. Me phone is super anything yeah. Until na me send the link in e fa ma me e wo me email. Okay.
I mean send it at the maga ACC.
Okay. Until me to also.
What it was.
Yeah.
The link name.
Yeah, and say abofra no e problem your friend is saying bibi e wo ho a you see only mofra he is among about 14 students let me say on pamo na ka on pese on exams no so we don't know from here. Maybe the education should come back and make it amends and make it things afresh or somewhere in the system where Mofrasi knew that level na Bibisa Aba or not take you over. And they have also to work with the parents. So how many parents? Now actually they know about their school?
Yeah, me tell voice no. Na Cynthia koso na
okay. So my question is now parents in the only knew about abofrano. Probably they know something but they can't talk about it, or probably only knew a fascinating.
Say ne papa no eba so say time na president kasa wie no one year ne papa no interview.
Okay.
Na the minim ne say papa no menye obi a minim no na I don't know say ebi papa no so no okan the truth no akire yen ne mo no feel say o say akwara no ya wangaza akwara no ya akwara bone na ono so nim ade a ema akwara no o yes ade no but akwara no the only one or yes, I didn't. I'm say you're suspending him in 1 year 14. Even schools, girls schools, were also doing the same thing. And they don't destroy school property. properties, it's a desk, nominee, those things, and then destroy. Now, the point now I'm trying to figure out this is where one year this ideas, ever hifa. So because it seems like at the end now try to be shift to phone because I'm say I caught one side into and this occupy be the shock. I shall see now. You may who said the phone the anything. The question say the way they are back clear pa. Them say you be sa papa no. Ono ka say akora no nya akoda abone na emom no. Unim ade ma akora no eye sa ade no. They be say papa no nsem say I don't know say papa no oni akora no netia. So most of the times when say akora no papa ni fia. I mean for madam for into so. All right. Okay, George. Thank you. You are welcome. What my voice?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Dear Namekana na maybe also na maybe so like this question. About couple of days, maybe about 2 weeks ago. Cynthia me brief no kakran sana. Couple of na Ghana students one year you kind of saying
final exam
like more exams final year exams na one year now the combine and say after the exams there was just a boys were angry about the test so they were saying so many things about I mean say it wasn't good. They were insulting the president, physical, and what is Bele or Bokwasia, those things, now, also say test, all these things,
Was that the president?
It was so bad to say.
And I said,
no, president of Ghana.
Oh, okay.
We students, and say senior high school exams.
Okay.
The one way, once to I mean say once the test I thought say they think a man a copy from each other. So they say that was their idea. Say enough distances na the moment it was too far. Say we were how went me in we and feel where you say because of social distancing, after that, and some of the students were so angry. So first of all, the testing was too hard. They didn't allow them to copy. So there was one school principal who was telling the students to write the exams for a while because at the end was too hard. I mean, what is school no? So what catch them say ya mawo a friend saying say subject kuna no ya nkyerɛ school. So what you say? And the other thing I can say, okay, we nkyerɛ me school.
Right.
Because exams, because you school, your final exams, yenya hint to be with school say, test way, exams way, ebeba. This question, is going to come. We did our best. We did everything. We are say say Bangladesh will be able to pass it. The core examination room, nothing. There was nothing at all. Crowd with paper and so. It just say, you're spending time and time again, over and over and over again to make sure say you just say you getting it right. So it did as one is a good blame no. I see a blame president and I say you blame me because if you are doing a test exams now, you have to go through a whole lot of things.
Right.
Yes. And I won't mean guarantee to say there's a possibility to say Sadi we see because we exam papers no. It this is when after that and these guys boys some of the students came out. I mean they were angry, calling the president Bele Kwasia president Ekufaro Ejima in those things now they were saying it.
What part of Ghana did it happen?
Second D,
okay.
Yeah.
I played the video before, but maybe I won't.
I see.
And I was trying to go back to find the video, and I couldn't find it. Now, what went wrong? Blame the way now. To me, this is how I feel. Blame is when now the government the politicians, the churches, the just say the first thing that comes out of their mouths say would they walk with two politicians argue war your friend is that the same thing they talk about other people and they talk about yourself and then they talk about personal problems personal body no cry it me yo about ebia wutinye wonan ba ko ye ya and ntina wonan ba ko aye wo see and now papa kura ekuru dan nanti ni those things ni nyina. I have seen it and I've watched those things. Don't you think he say nkwara na they are learning from us. So they say because super pass all them not of one kasa or chef of war ejina hono edidi on yonko of software tem e wa sorry them. Edi na se bo enu nyina se nkwara no susu when they want it. Edi ye blame nkwara no anasi ye blame we should blame ourselves because the way now we talk no and no na won sua I say the odi e chire no sua the odi kan nante. We are teaching them how to become whatever. So nkwara is becoming something where say a small girl na openi akoto diamond. So all these things, how is then Parano is going to respect your other penny for? Oh,
okay. So nkawa we wa brief na we na ka mi bisa GM say ono na ti Ghana after that
GM ako off until me head so besa babaka because they are not the line on correct. They say no off.
Okay.
Tell me bisa na first and I'm so samba me who so samba into ba okay now me say waba me try me add up all right Jim I'm say you more person bisa questions be this what here Jim what
hello
yeah he's on
Jim
okay
me say sometimes here the connection in here that good o mute na kame ho o mute yet I'm say a freezy
okay now I think it's fine
GM Otia na Mami Canada pursue this our question.
Hello GM.
GM Ote. GM. What say? Okay, I'm saying Mami Canada pursue this our question. Cynthia, okay. So the bizarre.
Okay. My question is say, your friend is saying, after winning in a chino, a day na yati about anabi after winning bibiama biumana. That is the first question. And secondly, no, nabra kwa me wo kasi ne papa na si oni mu hwe na me person bisa say abofra your friends in February wa headbutt obi amanisia too. And then the second time so around February February corona na suspending or somebody no osan be head but somebody else ama wonya akunu moja free ni hunin by so ho enema mienu we no abofra no ye no first one February within February now or yeah ma ba ku 2 year no and a second one so dignity ni boy obiama moja free ni hunin by no so ho and only suspending no now or san by na why until the question is say a dean and a whole mom na dia on ye titini dia na minute we didn't have it but can now no what the end of why mofrasa and you only go through and I say James ukura betimi nka me bisa na say after that no dia na ababiom a won ate abofra no kwan be na ye beboa no
yeah okay and I'm say the line in your correct I'm say we're freezing I said the freezing no
okay what the man uncle sumra mu kakra
George.
Yes.
What's your take on this?
Well, I think, I mean, if the exam is let's say if it was, if the kids knew said the exam was coming up, and this exam is not something that was crafted for just a handful of people, but for the whole class. So
no,
I think
it's for the whole country.
The whole country, okay.
The whole country.
Well, then
I think O level,
like
O level, yeah.
Okay, so then
one student.
Well, then okay. Okay, then before I comment, what was the feedback from the other regions?
Well, I think some of the students, for what I know, and say, apart from SAR school, some of the schools, did the same thing. I'm saying I don't think secondary school or one of those schools, also has the same issues. Some of these secondary schools, also had the same problems. One of those schools, they destroyed so many things.
Wow.
School, but the point, say Uko school like for let's say St. Peter's, right? St. Peter's is one of the best schools in Ghana. Prempeh College is one of the best schools in Ghana.
Yes.
All those two schools, are you telling me, said those people also were complaining, said the exams wasn't good, too hard for them? They didn't. So they say, this is a more call your friend is saying, like I say, your friend say, Nifa secondary school or the Bengal secondary school or Chile secondary school for the video. That is what is going to happen.
Well,
secondary college is a good school. So they say it's not a bad school. Secondary college is not a bad school. So people like St. Peter's, Prempeh College, Opokuwari, all these Adisado, Fancy Pine, Pim, those schools, did not complain, say, okay, exams, so harder. Why say who school? So when see Adiana, don't think that everybody knows. So Ebeka say, okay, Adiana too hard for them. So what you must, because Obi of course in Peters, Nyasa Quine we say, and go this kind of stupid, So what I say, because the world school, they teach them. The children want the part. Oh, and I would work one of these low class schools, and quite a born in Kwani good school. This is what is going to happen.
But I mean, if I were to put my leadership sort of thoughts on it, first of all, I have to look at how many schools were participating in the program or in the exam. Okay, now if let's say there were 100 schools.
Okay, the whole thing is the whole country. The
No,
whole
no,
country.
I
And yes, sir,
understand.
it's
But,
like
no, but you
okay,
said
go
the
ahead.
whole country. It's the whole country, but it's schools, though, right? It's schools. So I will look at how many schools participated in the exam. Let's say I have 100 schools, 100 colleges, whatever, and 5 out of the 100 were complaining. That I wouldn't really bother too much, But supposing you have 100 schools, and then there let's say 30% or 40% complaining, then it warrants some type of uh, some type of investigation, meaning not real investigation but research. Because if you have 30 to 40%, just imagine if you have your employees and 30% or 40% of your staff says they are not happy with how the company is being managed. I mean, you have to at least take a look at it and see whatever the exam was, it's gone. You're not going to change anything. That one, I'm not going to change it. But moving forward, I would like to see some modifications, but the existing exams now, it's already gone. That one, I'm not going to make any change, because if you make any change, and I say if you let them retake the exam, you are setting yourself for future failures, because every time they do the exam and somebody is not happy, they will raise hell. So the ones they took, let it go. Okay. But should I take a look at the future exams? Absolutely. I mean, all you need to do is just form a committee to look at. Yeah.
Pastor M said, on mute, I mean, Mike, o camera, no. M say, yeah, we'll enable camera, no, because you are not showing up. Okay, George, go on. Why?
Yeah. So what I'm saying is that whatever happened, I'm not going to change it. Yeah. So I'm not going to change the outcome of the exams. However, moving forward, I will set up a committee to take a look at the exams and see where the shortfalls were. Is it maybe the mathematic part of the exam, the English part? It's worth looking into it. If you have, let's say, 30 to 40% of the students complaining, but the existing exams I'm taking it, I will not change anything. I will just keep the results as is, and then just say, look, I will have people take a look at it. That's my personal opinion.
Okay, good.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, go ahead.
Again, me sumiko ready or Ghana web. Now, the ready and no, kasi one professor be or a dean of School of Education, and I think the leadership or University of Ghana. One professor be Fletcher or something. Only beside only an interview no beside about West Africa Senior Secondary School certificate exams no no and okay say or feel so sad say question a leaky what the students no nyina ya aware no say and nyina ko school wo ha say apo we beba begwa na bia last year de no na ka say ha party beba ha say nti no nyina de on hope aguso say ade no be adwuma. Now, based on what I'm reading from Ghana web, one is say some of the teachers they knew exams in a leak, they knew some of the teachers who are going to even mark the papers, and also I think say some of the teachers, are Jijisika from Mofran and Chen. That is why I said it earlier. Say this is the time whoever is the minister or the GES, should go back and make sure say idea way happen no onko to the source nko say a dear party and the buy. Now what are some of the changes like Uncle George can we make to make idea way so just here.
Yeah.
And see nkwala na tue sika anase won no beka say your friend is saying leakage bi aba na wonga kusua na amane de keka ho na it is what it is. And you know they have to go back and revisit the way on your exams no how your exams na uchiti if you are writing a paper in the university and I see you kura na okwa udi a year you pay for it. You have to do certain things. And you know, say they have to go back, revisit the policy now.
Yeah, you see, one of the reasons why I think it's worth researching, let's say, for instance, majority of the students actually pass the exam. But through the research, what you may find is that there's a section or a portion of the exams that unilaterally every single school or every single student failed in that area. You see, so if every student failed in that section or the area, then that area needs to be revisited, But it's very, very hard when you say, so, okay, well, I expect you to study and you didn't study. So maybe they didn't study and they were bad all around. But what you may find is you may find some weaknesses in certain area that was very unilateral. And if that's the case, then I think the Board of Education or whatever needs to ensure, say, or review that particular section of the exam and make sure, say, they will make some changes. But again, I would not make any changes regarding the results or the outcome of the existing exams that they took, because if you make that change, quite frankly, then you set a precedent. Every time somebody is not happy with the exam, they're going to raise hell and say, well, that exam should be canceled and we have to retake it, because if you have them retake it, the bad thing is maybe I'm passing today, but if you give me another chance, I may not pass. You see. So that's my take.
I know the test test now 1 year not for one particular school or
Right.
a year for the whole nation.
It's a West Africa examination.
Yeah. Yes, with West Africa for the year now, mobile pass and now be a more university. So it is a year for the whole nation, and a yes, it the name say example, and I'm making is let's say it's St. Peter's for Upokuware, Prempe College, Adisado, Fancy Man, and Fancy Pim, so big schools, top schools in Ghana, Holy Child, Numune, Wegehe, Numune, Achimota, Numuno. They didn't complain. So those schools did not complain, say, oh, exams where the heading.
Okay, Kwame, let me ask you a question, Kwame. Let's say, for instance, I live in Second D. My parents don't have the money and the resources for me to go to Adisado, Achimota, Mfansipem, all those.
Adisado there to go there, and yes, scanner they call Uti.
Right, but I'm just
you
saying
have to be
right. But in general, let's say you don't have the money and the resources to go to these schools that you're describing. Okay, so what you're saying is because I'm a victim of my upbringing, I should not be given a chance to do well. I mean, basically, if from your premise, that's what I'm getting at, and I don't think it's fair to those people. You see,
George, let me explain this thing to you.
Okay.
At every year, in Ghana, say exams. Of course, there's going to be an exam. They call let's say university level.
Okay.
Now,
Brad George is Brad George is 1 year O level, A level.
I did. But you see, but you see, the point is, let me give you an example.
Okay.
I'm going to bring you into business. Just think about whatever company that you work for. Haven't you realized that, okay, like let's say in a hospital or let's say in a hotel, think about a 24-hour operation business. You see, in every business, you always have some weak links. There's always the greatest employees, the medium size, the good employees. Then you have the average, and then you have those who are basically filling in the shifts. You see, but you cannot say because the person on the bottom is not so bad, you are going to kick him out. You see, because the people who are good, they don't want to work the overnight shift. So there's got to be someone who has to take that shift. So what I'm saying is that those people who are bad, you got to help them and bring them along. You see, and you can only do so if you have the Minister of Education find out what their needs are. Find out what their needs are so that they can help them learn better.
One minute, sorry. I'm trying to do everything. 1 minute, sorry. I'm trying to do everything. Hold on. Go on.
Hey, Pastor, how are you?
Okay, good. The maker ne say time ye nyina ko school no. Go school no. Say my brother Mami Canada me crew. No, you're very brilliant, or no call him at the saddle.
Okay.
Me na me good. Me I wasn't a good student. And me the make or abitivi secondary school. And yes, I know my bone, but not me level me brother level. No me know. So what you say? Me know my brother level. No. So what you say? And I did that how I know I can work mono because my brother. So they be a pack. My brother no there, but me feel say. Just my brother no trema there. I say me ni guasi. So what I say because I don't want him to teach me. Say be trema there. I say me feel say my past that age or no my brother is so penny intelligence so trema there. Maybe only I mean to be as a movie. I mean I'm not one of the stubborn children and no feel. Mean tie. It just send me anymore deal. But to mean concentrate. So my dream was on how to play. So they say me play you be an pagro. It did not mean in concentrate. Oh, yeah, idea. Instead of so we concentrate to idea and so no. We be agro. So my brother know to me concentrate well. Yeah, idea or tears. But me no tears. So to the majority. It no on your chance with me call at the saddle.
You be say pastor.
Me call.
Yeah.
So line yeah. So but Ghana your schools be 1 year very to go there no to say to say St. Peter's to go to St. Peter's no I swear so when you be a winning my dear pa St. Peter's who failing 2 times they be with school. So who in the class when you're there they be with you.
Right.
So the point in I say what school no and yes boys ni baby call St. Peter's no anyone call meaning boy be a na me school or no the entire went me uncle St. Peter's needs because no not the parents in Niska and no bar TV secondary school bar TV secondary school or topo class no everything me class once say me papa and obey speech and prize giving day me papa na be speaker it ye books boy near friend Asante Deku English Asante Deku. Mass Asante Deku. We Asante Deku. We Asante Deku. After that, now just a year in the next time I call and me papa bisa boy we say nya one me no nyina na te classroom ana and I mega jam papa say teachers no ono won favor boy no enti na won dey no mani nyina man teachers no because me ni bibia America boy no very good but so here Ghana schools now there are some good schools and some they are very good schools. Maybe I can say very good schools, and they are good schools, and they have bad schools.
Sure.
So they say because schools will be hard. I had to say like Udogon or no that type of schools no. And Kwara na na majority in Kwara Boni. And now what could school be to say in Koko Secondary School? What course go secondary school? I bet secondary school is better than in Koko Secondary School because Enkwara wo honi nyina make me say 75% in Enkwara Boni. And I won't hear you free other schools no ya pamo a few other schools no near the one nyina ba. If you telling me says our boy na won ekọ abayi in Koko Secondary Schools no e be you want fi abeti secondary school you want fi price secondary school ne wunya ba bia nkwa na the work comprise Koko Secondary School go e bejo. So what I say now here do was I Opa na usua de no. Opa unsua. So that opo ha wo school ni get so secondary school o timu keke. So what I say. It is a test no ye dia bro. Na schools ni nyina no. Ghana schools no edos. It is a
Pastor we in O level he.
Was it? Manti de okano. Pastor what?
Oh.
Yeah, Pastor what? I'm the mente. But I'm so mute to your mic. Pastor what? George what menga?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I'm say Pastor ne names on mute no. I'm say na okasa phone so.
Oh, okay.
Na also today.
Pastor what here paja on sama meeting. Oh, okay. Any okay. Okay. Ni ebisa question. So what the
Question by Ebisa no.
O mic no. I'm saying the mic no
away.
mute the mic no.
Oh. Now mic no. I don't see it anyways.
Maybe I'm the kasafi. But Pastor Okasa from the massacres from the radio cell phone so. I'm saying name. Anyway, because of George, question is say.
I mean,
Ose,
Moti me kasa na. Oh, okay. I'm saying I'm being set. Yes, settings in the end. I'm busa
say. Me bisa say who level here we.
Okay. Yo, me all level me ya watch motor school.
Okay. It was a good school.
Yeah.
I'm afraid to good school, but I don't know. Yeah. The opportunity, what I want to do. The my person may can about some of these school systems. Some of these school systems, and they say, I think I side a lot with what George can, you know. Mainly, you know, a lot of these things, you know, it has to be based on statistics.
Correct.
And statistics are very important in everything. It is now what is coming out, you know, is what statistics in your friend anomaly now. Then it means a isolated situation, and you cannot use it and extrapolate it for everything. Until not necessarily I see here. Me in Form 5 O level, no. and I'm sure say me can obi abehun fear medi because 1984 and I'm here me ordinary level. Now me here me ordinary level. No, what happened is say in that particular year, no, there was massive examination malpractice, leakages, it take place on a very wide level. Into the by and say almost share sample size, almost who say it affected the entire country. In 1984, no ordinary level, no, me fear me feel say mature me the mahu din nyina ye me the last nyina egu so no hot man e frey and say examination na mature ye no e leaky baby a enti say ne leaky baby a enti results na e ba ye no ntimi use so results no enti we all had to come back again and we had to retake our ordinary level exam again in 1984. And it affected all schools. Actually, for Troy, more Obia Esantro in that particular year. Now, based on that, no, and second one year Troy, no, based on that, it's me call 6th form. Like George is saying, no, they have to take a look at the situation. And I somewhat me say, at the end, they didn't only affect a particular demographic and at a particular place now, and sana me I use it as a yardstick for determining the biara decision be making. And yes, idea. Now you use only the fact say schools be bread, schools be so near privilege, schools be so yes, yeah, they will be making a very big mistake. Although me in school no me co-invest me buy and material mo hachimota no. Me background your science, but my material me the mama no me call school be a what a underprivileged from say as in for so but it's a school which is in French saying aguna swedru say but me dey na me ko che ni achim swedru na achim swedru school na me ko che ye no material the mama wo me school which is suppose I'm more say no so a good school, but I'm the man, and when I'm come as a teacher, and I realized that students need be no, they took it seriously, and some of the students are more used to material, no, are more excelling. And say, I think that apart from the fact that some of the schools not only privilege, a lot also depends on the individuals. In the school, because it can be in a school like I'm classified and say, and yet. But you can be outstanding depending on how you take things. And say, well, I think that I say I'm judge everything that takes place based on numbers and based on the sample size. Now, based on that, now your decisions. And yes, sir, I'm making decisions affecting everybody together. Whilst it's because of a certain behavior. Free and as a reaction of a people with regards to examination process in the institution. We have to be very careful how we determine that decision.
Okay, Pastor, let me go back about problem about and discussing when now this year say wasek so whatever they call it no and our boys they decided say one be president no so here sa videos now about out now boys no now one year president no belle wo ye kwasia he Kufuado we jima any those things no so and no na ye ka ho asem no say once test no den. This is the reason why boys now on a year so officer test no a day. But who could fear for 3 months and sana mobile a testing this particular test. I even crown. Yes, I'm a mobile school. So what you say and sana test no more kwa. No, this is why I can't want some no. Say, oh no, me. Minkasa say Obia me for example, na me come me. I'm telling you my me experience because me them some catch on. My brother know you're very good. Maybe I wasn't good. And the reason why because now me secondary school level. Secondary school only that type of thing. But switch from secondary school to a technical school, no. Now I was doing better. So because I was technically, me a very good when it comes to technical stuff. So me a very good sad moment. When it comes to do everything be a orientation, I didn't call anybody from. I just read, and then follow the instructions, and then do what I'm doing. So, and that was good. But secondary school, that wasn't good because chemicals, chemistry or whatever. No, I wasn't interested in chemistry, and I wasn't interested in certain things. It's a BK, what way BK. Those things are not many. To tell the truth, not need something like BK, geography, and all type of maybe school. No, but me call technical school. No, now I was doing better. So I did better in technical schools because now so with me because Ghana need me classify B. Everybody has to go to a secondary school, which is wrong. So
I get your point.
A bit me a technical school. Yeah, a bit call whatever school be like one pay. We bet me who say Hana me you. But what there any technical school, friends saying secondary school, you have to find a better to
right,
go
so,
to.
So part of what you are saying, I think, means that isomutimi educational system, and find the right fit for people. I think, say by default, I mean, growing up in Ghana, I realized that the focus has always been on the sciences. Nipa you good or math more, nipa you good or add math more, nipa you good or science more. We deem it as awesome. And for instance, in my the time I'm old school, for instance, let me say you do from 3, I back from 4. No, examination be, but the entire examination was based on science. It was based on math, and then based on that, I'm pick the top 60 people, and I do call 3 classrooms, 4S1, 4S2, 4S3, and they were deemed as the smart people. But looking back, I realized that, like you are saying, that is a very big cardinal error. Because if we just say that the smart people in a classroom are based on science and math now, then we are making we are creating a very big problem for the educational system. We need to be able to put people in the right places, because years later, and I realized there's a lot of the people who didn't end up in the science classrooms, and they managed to move them into other areas, business, accounting, and the arts, and and later in life we realize that seriously, those people are doing better in life than a lot of the people whom we classified and deemed as very smart. You use science, any math, you push your move through. Into part of the things I believe that the educational system in the country, I say, we should find where people really should be. I mean, when it comes to the academics, because it looks like there is an error there. I'm not only saying say Ghana, because even if sometimes when you come here, sometimes they use just one exam, the SAT, the GMAT, the medical for MCAT, and one examination to determine whether people qualify for the medical school or people qualify for to do business, and people just one examination, which is based on math, is based on I'm afraid verbal and quantitative, and an essay. Sometimes this system, so sometimes it's a little faulted in just using one examination to qualify you into, even if your GPA was school, you're very good. Now, control those entrance one exam, but I don't be caught into a particular field. Now, fail this exam, you have failed everything. Scholarship, just say what rocket. It is not only Ghana, but Ghana it behoves on us as a country. So we should look back into our system, making sure there will be people who will help some of our children to get into the right places. I mean, in the academics, so that people are not forced into areas that, based on that, near failure, based on an exam. Say, okay, technical school, it looks like now we are a hands-on person.
A kinesthetic student.
And I think because of senior educational system, you didn't end up in a school of choice, a school anchor. You'll be a very good school, and you also didn't were placed somewhere else, and it didn't really help you with all you did. And I think that it's also something that we need to do. But the other side I was talking about, and they say we should look at that, and we should also see the fact that when something happens in an examination, checking statistics so that we don't use one brush to paint everything.
Everything. Okay.
Yeah.
Papa so for kind ne kwanso I don't know. Na ade ba ko a mesumi ye wo ho in those days mesumi notice ya still no e bi kura na me ni kwaku e kan asem say ye education system no wona nchange anye no bibia ene ahafo die eye pair ana say eye yi a emwoyen bibre nti na discussion mu no ade ba ko a me kan say Chrissy the whole year was Form 5 now with this short period control exams I quite remember maybe show me O-level history. I was so sick, pneumonia fever. I had to go to the hospital. Me call hospital by 2 hours. Me travel extra exams in UBS and I make dormitory. Look at that. I have system as you are going forward, kakrana obey near the atoa kakrana obey near the ato in terms of you name it, ibia obekoye any the keke county. By the time now we do grade 12 at least no nim so home. Now nim say me will be handy kakrana me asoso na echo. Your system na enye. I'm not expecting those people who are government, yes, everybody should come in. Say years if one neighbor more. Say parents, so how often crying on any parent teacher so did they have to go back, review everything now? Pastor Soka Uncle George Soka, no only has so much change system recently me take course would be online classroom management. Now, one of the sub and say to give grades or feedback. So, yeah, explaining to the point, say grades in ISC. Oh, if you are not smart, that means you are not going to get A or A plus or B. So to say, and if you are not this, you are not going to make this and that. Where a putu student in is so down, say, okay, like one subject way my na say yeah, mommy grade way yeah. Then what is the point for me to move on? So they were debating about the grades and the feedback. The feedback, and so they were saying, say, Sadia, we going say next time, I think say bit Myanmar where you na so until they compare the grades and the feedback, say a moody way and the system use. It's not up to but in fact a beer money, a beer might be say, and you money be time ye O-level. It was so bad. And you money be to me, and then who here see for example, we are arts. Tell me what else are you going to do with the art subjects? So to say, like accounting is there, and I'm not saying it's art is in you, but a new man, yeah, share any system, no. I don't think say a boy be any money be or how you would have a small boy, yeah, a new boy, yeah, one of DJ, the what do you call it? That small boy now to me, broadcaster football, I don't know someone who's a boy now. Now say I will be a huno. The cross yako abofrano so or you're good, but are you in an energy home? And you didn't bank radio stations if baby, interview abofrano or kekano. School be my abofrano scholarship for 4 years, whatever. And the Obibisa say, okay, until no abofra say no, at the end on betting ya so when one will ya. What about the other one? And your friend say one of the teachers and now principal, whoever is there, no. Okay, Adiebi is related to Adia Mimisua recently differentiating. How do you teach abofra? Wouldn't say Adia good, not abofra no only good, but as soon as come to the same answer. Maybe when the end was say, maybe when the give me the far answer no bet me a be rich. So Osaka bi say abofra no ye good mathematics. Sa boy ya ona huni. And the teacher was saying, say, this is what they are going to do. Yes, we are going to see the talent, they are going to work on it. But at the same time, you can see maths and so or yeah, they are going to blend it and see where. So Senyo obile who na through a year or by year and kasa na yin and ebehine bepi. So what that I'm saying is they have to go back like Papa Sofoeka and then the Uncle George can. The GEC they have to go back, revisit whatever is there. No only make it changes be and say until you have to take the whole year. When the HS 3 years. In those days we did it for 5 years. With Niema Isuya, Otiwa now can history, Timbuktu, Wani, Ebedu, Timbuktu, so they have to make a decision practical, yeah, it's true. Name is Alaska, name me do honey is your way, tell me. So they have to go back, revisit, and make some changes and invite the parents and also everybody to be part of it. Thank you.
When we say Ghana technical schools start to say pop up and go for be to say secondary school say maybe papa now or person me call secondary school. For what reason no? I don't know. So because menye ubi ana manage secondary school. And yeah, from my brother or better was I was a technical student. I mean, I said me call technical school from the very beginning. Until the time I me wasting in our secondary school, no, it didn't benefit me in any way because me cop polytechnic, now I was like behind. So because if you answer me zakusunya one system, technical system. Because polytechnic, now painting and decoration, plumbing, electricals, so many things. After that, we have for 2 years now. We wait me choose something. I'll pass away to say be a auto. Subjects we have actually no say a be useless. To say secretariat courses are not your polytechnic. So they say me who will be a school so or secretary bill. That in was that time near friends and say code barcode whatever now near technical school. It was a typewriting. They say be a new bill. And they say Sadian of course no year for subjects it was a benefit ubia. So akorana akorana will say akorana with me who what akorana is capable of doing. And just what peja no na say then could be a technical secondary school. You know what I'm not go to secondary school. Onya dear, but I saw me who baby akorana na you. Okay, cause me.
Can I be sir past that question? It is as you say, Pastor, one Bible knowledge afi one exams nimu. Nti me question yes only Bible knowledge ni fi wana.
And yet,
1 year for school.
Yeah, it's and yet. Well, I don't. Yes or no? Because they have to make an effort to do certain things. Courses be rare, like Kwame Ekano, are any relevant to life. The world is moving at a very, very fast pace. And see, your school, so we realize that apart from even some of the things that you feel say relevant, the school, Juma, yeah, Bemwa, we realize that near money is in me find every. But we are in a dispensation where our age more. We have to make sure that programs here be relevant to life. Say nyame anymony say opese idea, for instance, I know say Bible studies, and you have it in your system. Say be adachi be and no now the Bible and I say you are basically using it for to acquire knowledge for yourself in a certain way that will help you. We are see I don't have a problem with that, but they have to be able to take a thorough look at subjects. Kwame made a statement which I disagree with. Say, media na menyade. No, you don't say that. But the area cries and community media were told to make you effective. No, it came from the society. It came from our parents. Me papa opeso pian science mu. Opeso pian math mu. Opeso pian area art. It say feel say no there wo there is a certain name associated, an image associated with that. And see, but we don't have to do that. We bet now all those things, but the program now and you're relevant for life. You can't make any headway. I mean, Bible knowledge, me Bible knowledge mum, me a BK no. And I did a BK because I wanted to get a grade be a with me O level no, and yeah, for anything, not anything to do with my life. It was later in life that I discovered. I said, oh, in addition to everything, no, me suffer. But I honestly don't think even the Bible knowledge level that I did in O level, it didn't do much even for that, because I had to retrain and do so many things. But maybe it was a foundation for me. Bible aside and taking church aside, we should just make sure that we focus on programs are relevant for life our so that we program now it will be enough to make sure that you can be independent and so that you can be on your own. And no structuring of academic programs or mine, we should get into that so that people can get into relevant areas. And if BK is part of that thing, it may boil with that relevance now, so be it. But I'm thinking, BK for a long time, and now I don't know if it plays a very strong role, because if you can have some Bible study on your own, maybe today outside BK now, maybe you can get maybe the same level of knowledge. I mean, personally for yourself. But we should gear all the programs, subjects, they should take a look at all of them. Those which are not very essential for life, they should make sure that they eliminate them and do the things which are essential. Kwame Kase now type in here, it's because the world moved at a very fast pace. Time I know more canoe. Almost there be computer all those kind of things. But almost with typewriting with all the speed and they will get into a world that because they are not relevant. And years ago when it was being said, but at the end it caught up with them. And then they have to go back to school to retrain themselves. And see, we have to do a better job in making sure, say, your curriculum, with our future, like our future. Yeah.
Okay. Me person me bisa question where so me two question where my Uncle George. Unye sure see your teachers in our honor. They also have to get some sort of training. When I was in school, maybe yes, Mimi school. Abuaka State, teachers, once in a while they'll go for a workshop, retrain for way, so on. Don't you think, Uncle George, teachers in Susudo, they have to go for some sort of refresher training and workshops and so many things so that they are well equipped? Don't you think so?
Well, I mean, you just took the word right out of my mouth, because that was going to be my next comment. Because let's say, for instance, these kids,
Yeah.
like Kwame was saying, say, okay, they go to a bad school, and so they didn't study. Well,
Mhm.
what you know is what you know. If this is
Mhm.
the material the teachers taught them, that's all they know. Okay, that is all they know. So maybe, like Madame said, they need, you have to evaluate it, see what is happening, so that if they're not having the proper tutoring now, then you can say, maybe we need to create some incentive programs for that
Mhm.
region or that school to encourage good
Mhm.
teachers to go to that
Mhm.
school. um,
Okay.
Now, if you don't do that analysis, like Pastor was saying, how are you going to determine that the students are just bad? You see, maybe sometimes when people are frustrated, I think, say, I like sometimes when I see, say, people are just venting up. I used to say, so why are they venting? But as you really grow up in the leadership skill now, you tend to listen to all sides, and you'll be surprised what you can find out. It just could be said the teachers are not good, and the teachers know, say, okay, this is a bad school with bad students, so if we don't kill ourselves to teach them, nobody's going to question us. And unfortunately, I don't know about Ghana. Teachers here are sort of tenured, positions, so they're not going to get fired. You see, most of the teachers here are tenured, so they're not going to get fired. So there is no incentive or motivation for them to go out of their way to teach these bad kids, you know? So that's a great question. That's a great question.
I agree.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, Pastor, no, because I say, also, me a bad student,
Born
but
born the
I mean,
because I realize that example now, for instance, so some crowd you choose here and say, oh, science, we are the the rest that yeah classify say born no. I've realized later in life,
Mm-hmm.
near more yes is here, it should say no more, but they were not in the right place. Because they ended up in places,
yeah,
some of them as super accountants, some of them as super literary arts for our money in the society. Maybe some of the names the children say, but they were not in the class. At that time,
yeah.
our parents, our teachers, everybody, society felt say, oh, yeah, na ya bing. And to say, so that's why I would like you to use those words with caution, because it's because maybe if you find yourself in the sweet spot now, your performance will be through the roof and you'll be an excellent student. Yeah.
Yes, and immediately now, we call technical school. No, what me who say there's a big change. What me say me yeah dear wo idea me you know because no na me call hono that means no manage a normal na yeah especially when it comes to the building no say me ankasa me draw me ankasa say me plan floor planner me ankasa me person we also call polytechnic now we are building now you do everything from brickwork to plumbing to roofing to painting and this a BBA it comes with building no we poly to me call poly no na me who say baby me no that's where I want to be. So because Okopolia, you have to create your own. Yes, you be see that Oko Polytechnic time ne hona. You see that no na ye bubuno. You see we see they say we see like a miniature house be our the windows be shim a roof a dino. That's how we were doing it. So the we sa no money in area na teacher no the friends instructor na be mark way nyina Okay. You be said you would ye etie. So now ya mark you. What you say? I mean, that's where now then you know because say Usha because Ghana, me share buildings now and Crofosisi now. With say some of the buildings, you know, and yet ubia na esi ye. Say ubuhuna the door na window, a door na share dynamo, but ubuhuna a sort of window no the togru da ho na togru da form na a friend say frame no achia any those things no. Because probably we are will be feeling right there because that be bia match pepe windows ni na match pepe. So say the windows no we're advancing it to metal ne glass no ne glass windows it's like room had the say I say no na abagana say first say nanka ye louvers na ye shan bars iron rods so she mu no those things ni na atwam bio so the part na make okay no mafa say no I'm going back to my building no to say Ghana over so here just give me a call me kwa kusisi adan wa Ghana you know George would I know would they just tell me miss you
Yeah, and then too
I messed up I messed up say when I came here no instead of me going towards continuing with what I knew from Ghana no a branch out called different cry. And also did not help me. I say in who's there, I should have stayed what I know. So
but you see, it's not just
I
what
should
you
have
know.
stayed with the building.
It's not just what you know, it's where your passion is, because
Yes.
if you
The
have a
passion
passion
was
for
there.
something, it can translate into so many things. Quite frankly, my job that I'm doing now, if I wanted to make money, real money, I would have done something else. But this is my passion, and so I don't have to kill myself to do to do the job. When this coronavirus started, I was the first person to go to them. I knew they were going to furlough people. I went to my boss and I said I wanted to be furloughed because I have 60 vacation days. He said, no, you're not going anywhere. At least can you work 3 days for us? You see, because I have passion for what I do. And because I have passion for what I do, I think I'm doing it the right way. You see, and people see it, people see it. But if you're doing something and you don't like what you're doing, no matter what, you are not going to succeed in the end.
I think say
yeah.
Only here school counselors say at least mbofrani drew baby only call year only choose on the subjects in any year na also on school counselors school only both parents in any school mbofrani nyina ma only who say the next step now so subjects I will choose here and I see direction now na even though I am for complaining it's not 100% because they have applied and not applied. I don't know momo system now so school counselors on board only to me open up and my whole parent who say direction because my friend be when they get to high school now parents in point to me and especially I'm talking about the Ghanaian parents and the who be so only they are not involved in colonial education until they are colonial no but do baby who says school counselors no only to me will direct you to baby also so no to me we a plumber we send a plumber for Enyeska Mason for her send on Enyeska wo a degree oti faako only Enyeska more than what also a degree way and now we psychology we are then what want to me and to us one koye de keka ho a ama wan ko she baby be ya na for so ade ba ko so a me pese meka na ye nyina so ye ti ase ne say again I'm say pastor can obi aso can they have to go back and revisit on the system no me wo fie no me you know because yeah O level me we and I'm so okay me go training college papa do be say ko ye nurse na say me pen nurse nya bibia manage me if anything na me pe teaching me na me call ye call register ye bibia ma me ho say ko ye hwese obi a wakoye 3 year ye for say post secondary 3 year me bedru and I thought say oh for this you know they easy no I didn't have a degree so it has to for so me Emma me call yes a degree you know 2 years answer na say so many years you know because me decided say me kura me mo bi until one day be me to about 3 years ago and I'm saying no I have to, even though I work in the school system as a child and youth worker, teaching assistant. I work with children with special needs, any emotional or problem, no, but me decided yes, okay, no, I have to go. When I'm call you 2 years in us, and I feel when you're teaching until the point and I say, minimum say no, I go for one training colleges, you know, this is what they are doing. I may say or more upgrade into say no 3 years ago no na am so buy na diploma into what now get 3 year post secondary no oko year some courses be no agi diploma into say the last training colleges for now on actual exams we no 3 years for no see into say no ona atwa so into one ban for 4 years a degree into we kura na it's a degree course when you travel outside Ghana, it's a degree. I diploma, I didn't get a chance. I have to go for another 2 years. As a mini degree in Ibianya, Ontario College of Teachers certificate. She says easy to, you know, you get a LTO somewhere and do this somewhere. And we do baby and I say we until the system now. So on to me as a son, now at least on a share. US, Canada, I think that they have the education minister, no, whatever. But only Pulu, Sanyama Wayne, non interest, and the bit me abwa. Ama and I was so glad to see Akufuado technical school be a OBO or somewhere. No, only say more than a year. A bit me abwa ama wanga. Nya wo bia na wo brains obaka kwatra classroom asua ayi nti eno so no so on ho school counselors they are very important they should have it in every school so sabofra kra bibi hana ontimi kan che ne parents ontimi ko garden you know o say bia o hia tutoring e bia o yesi na emwa bi fi ba bia ide aba ye ni sa ne ma ne bintis if we are in 21st century then we have to make some changes everywhere especially in our education system and yes idea emwa ebinom thank you
anyway let me ask SAS secondary school no in secondary is it a public school public secondary school or private
private
secondary
SHA one school ni bia secondary secondary school yes
okay so
college I see one for
secondary college.
Yeah, you see that right there. That's, you know, if you look at Ghana, obviously, folks, the teachers who are teaching in those schools versus those who are teaching at, let's say, Achimota or Franspem or one of those schools, the wages will not be the same. You see, so obviously they're going to be handicapped. You know, so that's why it's good to at least analyze it, find out what the true picture is, what's going on with these students, so that maybe you may have to, like I said, create incentives to encourage those good teachers, you know, to start moving there. Otherwise, it will never ever be the same. So, in other words, if they have the same exams with the folks with let's say with Achimota and the other premier schools now, it's not going to be the same. You know, it's not going to be the same. Even here, if people were not getting quotas, I can guarantee you, say most of the African Americans and the Latinos would not have the opportunity to go to Yale, the Harvard, and all those Ivy League schools. But by virtue of quotas, that's why some of the minorities are able to enter these schools. Mhm.
Yeah, let me say, schools, Ghana schools, college say they can say better school. Some of the schools now, yet better no. Say, like I said, Achimoters and St. Peter's and Fancy Man and Fancy Pim and all those schools, there is the reason why Yakase Wono, they are much better than say they have the tools to teach the schools.
All right,
they have the tools to teach them. Some of these schools, they don't have the schools. They don't have these computers. Schools maybe don't have it, so they don't have the equipment. So say I was reading about something which is very very important. I'm saying one by Ukrum, School of Robotics. Also, won't be see School of Robotics ABTV by German 1 year Avotrain, which is the German government. On see school or a friend Avotrain. Avotrain here, one of the schools are like one entry secondary schools. You can do like 6 months course be or was something they teach so many point one but they say they also on the back home and it's also on by a school of robotics and no there you have to go to like me say secondary school we A level most and I say minimum how our system there because me sure say they have to take them from secondary school level. Other than that, we'll be our core technical, we'll be 6th form, and Sanokusian robotics in the MC bed in Kakra. But they starting one from the early stages now. I think say it will help. So instead of Ubebi 6th form, we know robotics and a good idea. Sure say the way now schools eti Ghana no made a point and say they said na Cynthia about students one was students counselors one inquiry no it discuss one future so your schools be our person call and they guide you be a college be our person call any those things they help you with all those things student counselors but Ghana we need sadly any be say papa say so-called technical school mama say so-called friends training college maybe I also one person go training college and now person call baby but always be I remember say we story funny story be your school that me assistant headmaster no fear room na only papa and me papa so here one of the board of governors of or Abetifi Secondary School, me papa I'm not head of board of this. Until one day my classroom and I'm here bo meeting announce meeting was speaker no say assistant headmaster person who me the office me name say assistant headmaster fraud there school na obi anyone na obi asuro no say assistant headmaster because ono dey no fi krom ho eno nim obi asoso intini me name say madi bone oba ka share me papa intina I was just me so it make me back on and or say yes was one obi so me can share say on me family books me textbooks nyina and me exercise books me just say me books me over school nya me family in office me say ye madi because you catch yourself for books to buy it means they say suspended from something but what did somebody be and ye be ready because na you say no new be kasa no semen trance to me track on your ho ti osa ti o kasa wie pe and no say or the family books in Amreno. To be books in a Google the table, and so that is say, or where me work at my classes in Azo. To hear we no dinner go no say, we say, Intino minia, me a dear me pese me ye in life. Just we some of this question is pese me ye then in life. Me so no the me jina ho nyina no ade ana me pese me can be at least the be a manner say I'm doing something. And me so me them say I want to be a doctor, a medical doctor. I feel they say we be anywhere yesterday. Since I start to say, no, see, we now they go here. Assist Korean medicine. We to be. They say, or see, baby, I say, I was working. Say, Kasem Papa Shremina, say, when you can do it. And I'm so I have to tell you the truth. Mempe, this, I want to go to a technical school. Say, me can't share no e boa me pa so sasem na komono ne me di en e boa me so because otimi hu say mani nye ade a me ye no na medicine de ne we say no chemistry no me sure say me more than be 55 or bibia mu da side the chemical chemistry ne biology ne ho me nya we sa me catch no no or trust no be something no at the end I feel say opeso ye I'm going point blank I'm going to technical school no see what only papa be di ho komo ti the third term no na man be there was another man be I know what Itakrade Polytechnic on no fee a room and he woman me call whom papa no and woman me throw so I said like we have some kind of mini test be so I know I was able to pass that test because technical school geometry I know I was doing not bad there, but I was okay. It was okay. Yeah, Benjamin. The one and the mama that was one takradi. Timiko. Then I started doing much better. Say, may Grace Webanutu say I'm doing good. A different person in Niaji who say, okay, say, we the Senka beginning now and came say, yeah, do go. But anyway, maybe I want them say you are doing good and yeah, okay. And I'm say yeah, time assume yeah, about 9. And next week, you best start to say you better because this type of may share that steady yeah. But every week, every day, I'm going through a pastor will be some we Cesana system net here. We can advertise on this side. We can do so many things in which Zoom don't give you that opportunities to do. Okay. We a lot of normal bebre ubit me one can with me aye na Biana say advertise will see ubi up so advertise or so whatever no just let us know and then we'll do it. Bia is on this and to be a better must next week a better try say one when them say one person but they can how to
it wasn't easy.
Yeah, it wasn't easy. It wasn't easy at all. Every time I'm in the room,
it took me half an hour.
So
They say
the same, and yet the same code to say Zoom no. Every week you have to have this different password. It's a link,
really?
Especially. So the link na basuno, and yet to say friends saying Zoom every week we can do the same thing over and over. No. And every week say a program at the end don't use the last week because we used last week DNA ember.
I see.
So we use new one now. Messenger no. You always
be a new one.
Messenger new one. No, the very day.
I'm glad
the new one I'm using. I had a hard time.
Yeah, I'm glad because I thought we were going to use the same link. So if it's going to let us know. And two things. If we'll be expecting the new the link or the code for next week, and then also I think that it will serve well if you can give us an idea of the topic so that I can research because this I mean like this conversation I wish to say I had known I would have gone back to Ghana Web and do some fishing, and this way I can really comment on it properly on the channel.
All right, when gives us the a better way of doing things. This particular platform, and a lot of say beginning so program no. Okay, whatever that you made the beba out, make about what we are going to talk about, and
exactly
videos beba.
Exactly.
We know the say before we play we will also see what we are going to talk about, from the beginning of the show,
Yeah.
So Sana we
right.
Yeah. Amount that but remember
Kwame, so Sano, even if I join in later, I still have an idea of the topic.
Okay.
I want to mention.
All right, no problem. Okay. And the way they before so every Saturday now with the link ABBA. So
exactly.
Exactly. Pastor the merchant call no to say me ha tina Mami Canada George and I won't be now most of multi most went me and join you fix it whatever properly said next time new we are going to have some problems kakra Zoom it took us a few days but we're able to do it. But Zoom no my normal brain way my internet say we know better than Zoom no. And thank you very much and Saturday about Saturday Sunday next